Yeah, I do definitely get that. I got numb to it by now. They'd be like, "Oh, a black guy listen to metal," and I'm like, "Yeah, we're out here."
Maybe I meant to.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 13th episode of the TrueShot guest spot. We've been away for a little while, but life got a little bit crazy. But we're back with lucky number 13, and none other than Hardcore Keem joins the show today. As you know, Hardcore Keem is primarily does YouTube reactions to a lot of underground kind of metal bands. But he's since kind of expanded out a little bit, doing some Twitch stuff, doing some other kind of videos on his channel. And not only do we talk about that today, but we also talk about how he got started as a reaction channel, his day with his band back in the day. We also talk about, how to kind of grow your following. And he also touches on how he played with Wage War back in the day. But, there's also a lot of other fantastic, awesome stuff going on. So why don't you guys stick around and listen to the episode. Here it is. This is Hardcore Keem.
As I watch the waves crash over me, do I face my fears?
Hardcore Keem, what's going on, my man? Thanks for being
Yo,
here.
thank you for having me. Glad to
Yeah,
be here.
thank you. Yeah, no, a lot of times podcasts will start off with like icebreakers, but my icebreaker is all the technical difficulties at the beginning of every podcast, and that's how you get to really know somebody. As you're my producer, you're trying to show me how to use OBS, learning something new every day. But yeah, man, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad we were able to finally do this.
Yeah, man, it's uh, it's definitely an honor. Um, I saw you guys. I saw yeah you guys' first reaction. Was it? I think it was that portrait by Lorna Shore. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's a band who reacts to other bands. I never seen that before, so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, the honor is all mine, man. You have a channel that I've been watching for a long, long time, and it was really cool to finally get one of our songs on your channel. But yeah, no, man,
Oh, definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate you checking out our reactions because yeah, that's kind of my thought process when I went into it because I've always liked reaction videos, reaction channels,
Mm.
and as soon as I saw like I was like, oh, there's really like nobody like reacting that's a band. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, I gotta get in on that. So I'm glad that you noticed that, and I'm glad that people actually seem to enjoy it. Now I'm seeing a lot of gimmick infringement out there. Different people picking up on the metal band reacts. Uh,
Yeah.
have you experienced any gimmick infringement like that? Like people purposefully beating up chairs or a karate bob in the background?
Yeah, I have, but I'm like, it is what it is. It's okay. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's. I mean, they do what they do. It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I really wanted to talk to you because I listened to a podcast. I know that we decided to do this, just a few hours ago. So I tried to
Mm.
do as much. I like to listen to a few podcasts with people before I do them because I want to make sure I ask, somewhat different questions other than what you've already been asked a few times. But
Mm.
I'm sure a lot of people are probably curious about some of this stuff, pretty basic stuff. But I'll just start off with, how you got into metal. I know that you had said on another podcast, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but it was like a pop
Mhm.
goes punk thing. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that was kind of your entryway.
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada's cover of "Still Fly" was my entry to the whole metal scene. Um, I think it was 2000. What? I think it's 2008, 2009.
Oh
I
man.
listened to that song. I was hooked, and then I got stuck on Plagues for the longest. Um, and then it just skyrocketed from there, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I think back to 2008. I was like just jamming the new, like I was jamming some Avenged Sevenfold
Mm.
back then. You know, some Lamb of God, Atreyu, Linkin Park. You know, like the gateway kind of
Oh man,
bands.
Gateway, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely the gateway to like everybody, man. Like they'll like listen to one of that like old school bop, and then it just it just takes off from there. It really does. Like really influential bands.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I even look back now and like you just mentioned Devil Wears Prada from 2008 or like because I'm a big As I Lay Dying fan or in
Hmm.
Whitechapel. So
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, wow, I missed out on a ton of stuff from back then because some of my favorite bands that was like their heyday, like especially As They Lay Dying, like that was like when they were like really like huge. Um,
And yeah.
yeah, so I missed a bunch of stuff from back then. So, but from there, so you get the pop goes punk record, and then like how because now obviously I know that you do a lot of underground bands, and we'll get to all that. But
Mm.
what was kind of your progression from there? Like you go from there. Is there anything that you recall?
Man, it was so like I think I was spoiled because I had like all these great records in a row. So
Yeah.
it was like Devil Wears Prada. It was the We Came as Romans to Plant a Seed. We
Oh
had
man.
what was it? Memphis Mayfire, The Hollow. I
Uh
mean,
huh.
it was just I think it 2008 to like 2010. It was just such a great year for metal. It like man.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it really was. But so, like, I often think, like, I'm like, what did I listen to before I kind of got into this kind of stuff? And like, the only things that I can like honestly recall are like, remember those Now CDs? Remember those? Like,
Uh-huh.
now,
Oh
like,
my God.
like that was like the only thing that I recall listening to as a kid before that. Or like, remember when at Burger King you used to get like the CDs for like Backstreet Boys or something like that?
Oh
What
man.
what did you listen to before you kind of delved into this world?
I think before I listened, like I really didn't, but probably like Linkin Park. But other than that, probably like video game soundtracks. Like it
Yeah,
was just,
yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I mean, yeah, wow. I was trying to think back, like Grand Theft Auto. I remember like Grand Theft Auto 3. I don't know. Did you ever,
Mhm.
you probably played that? I'm
Of
assuming.
course.
Yeah, I
I
just remember
I
that.
played more of San Andreas. That one had a great soundtrack. As the San Andreas, I would just listen to that all the time. And LimeWire was huge for
Yes,
me.
yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I just remember. I think it was Grand Theft Auto 3. I remember like there was this one song. I only remember one line from it, but it was like, "Cause we gon' give this all that we got." That I think that was the only line that I remember from it, but I can't remember the name of it now. But oh man, now you're gonna have me check it out. I gotta look it up.
I was just about to say, I was like, hey, now we gotta look it up. Man, you
Sean
said what? Grand
Price,
Theft
Rising to the Top.
Price.
Wait, that
Never
was
heard of that.
yeah, me
I
neither. But it
never
was
don't
Grand
remember
Theft
that.
Auto 3. That's like I don't know,
Hmm.
but that's a really good point. Like video game soundtracks or like Guitar Hero later on, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Guitar Hero, what? Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero War Tour,
Yeah,
absolutely. That was huge.
you can play expert. I'm assuming, right, on Guitar Hero.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Guitar Hero got me into like Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I forget. That's a good point. Guitar Hero definitely got into definitely like would broaden your range of music.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mm.
because well, speaking of Slipknot too, I like that was actually one of my earliest like memories as a kid because I think like that first Slipknot album came out when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and
Mm.
I remember like my friends, dad like in like his like truck was just listening to that. Like that was like one of my earlier memories. But no, Guitar Hero for sure. I mean, like like through the Fire and Flames, that was probably like when they got the most recognition ever because like that was just like the memes before there were meme songs in a game. Like that was just impossible to play, and now you see videos today of like people playing it at like 300% and just some crazy stuff. But
Yeah, I can confirm I still can't play through the Fire and Flames.
Definitely not. But it's but you know what's so funny though? Like to me, playing Guitar Hero is like riding a bike, because like if I stumble across that game like at an arcade, like because I have a 9-year-old son, I know that you have a young daughter, but you'll experience this like if you bring it to like an arcade later on, you'll be like, oh, there's Guitar Hero, and then you just be like, and you just remember how to play still, like it doesn't go away.
Absolutely, Dave and Buster's every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. But all right, so I know that you also used to be in a couple band, or a band, at least one. I know that you used to be in way back in the day. So how did that come about? And also, I know that after that, you kind of took a hiatus from the scene down there in Florida for a little bit. So just walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, so 2013, it was me, my best friend Gage, my little brother Keenan, and our other good friend Matt. We came up with this, like, I have no idea how we came up with the name. It was More Than You Could Bear. I was the vocalist.
That's a great
We had
name.
like, I have no idea how we got that name. It's think about it now, I'm like, where does that name come from? We still don't know. But we did like 5 demos, and I think we did shows for like a year, and then we was like, all right, we'll just stop. And we just stopped. But I had a lot of fun. Definitely meeting a lot of new people in the Florida scene, because it was kind of like me breaking out of my shell into like getting really into the music that I enjoyed, and I liked it a lot. So.
What kind of style was that? Was that like a deathcore kind of thing, or what did you guys play? Do you recall?
Yeah, we were. I would say. Yeah, I would say we was on like the metalcore, deathcore. Yeah, we was definitely heavy.
Cool. Yeah. So
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
but then then you took a hiatus, and then you kind of. It seemed like from the podcast I listened to, you kind of returned synonymously with the start of the channel. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, so between 2013 and I started the channel in 2018, I took a step back from music, go to shows, absolutely, because that's the one thing I can never let go. Besides now, I have no choice. But I would just go to shows, still do like guest vocals here and there, and then 2018 I decided to make a reaction channel to just further help out the scene, and just like local bands, not only from Florida but from everywhere, to just react to their music, because music still slaps.
Yeah, no, that's funny, because I mean, I know a lot of people that I've kind of, because our band started in 2018, and that's my first ever band. This has been my only band, and I've never been in any other band ever. So it's interesting. Like I see a lot of local level bands that have been around for a little while, and then people will leave because they have to get out of the scene, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see why, because a lot of it can get kind of can get out of hand kind of quickly, especially when you're around the same local bands all the time and whatnot. But yeah. So is that kind of why you started the channel? Was mainly to promote the local bands down there in Florida?
Yeah, absolutely. It's to definitely promote, because it's, let's be honest, it's definitely a saturated scene.
Oh yeah.
So like you can only get so far with what resources you have. You know what I'm saying? And then the internet is such a powerful resource I think it's still underrated, because some people don't utilize it to its full potential.
Not at all.
And the reach, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like the reach of the internet is just catastrophic.
Yeah.
and it clicked to me about that, and I was like, perfect. The internet. So that's why I started doing like a lot of local bands, and still that's my foundation, is pushing local bands.
Yeah, no, it's definitely saturated, because yeah, like I said, this has been the only band I've ever been in. But like before I got into this band, like it really didn't like click with me, like how many freaking bands there really are. And I mean, there's just like, well, however many bands you think there are, multiply it by like 1,000, and you're probably still short of it. Like, it's crazy how many bands there are. But yeah, no, I mean, that's a great reason to start the channel. I mean, I've said it multiple times, like on Twitch or just in other podcasts or whatever. I've said that we started the channel with the intent to also promote us, and we kind of treat it as like in a way like a Facebook ad in a way. We're like, all right, like if we react to Era and the Devil Wears Prada and Polaris, then those people might like our music because we're kind of in that same scope. So that's why we did it too.
Yeah, I like how you guys do that because I like how you guys put your music and other music on the same channel because that's like you said, you're getting other people's fans and following coming to they're
Right.
subscribed to you. You post your band, it's like, oh, they're in a band as well. That's cool. It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a 2-for-1 deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's exactly because I mean, before we did the channel, we we're like, all right, like if we shoot a music video, like where the hell are we gonna put this? Because like nobody's gonna care if we put it on our little channel with at the time it was like literally zero subscribers. It was just like we just had a channel for no reason. So I mean, there's obviously some great like YouTube promotion channels out there, like Dreambound and whatnot, but it's like you said, when you don't really have a lot of resources to dedicate, having a YouTube channel where you're going to get views is great because now, I mean, like for our music videos, we get north of 10,000 views on a video, which for a low level band like us, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, is pretty crazy. But no, I think that's really great that you do that. We've done that with our local scene as well. We've tried to promote some bands from around here. And how do the bands that you promote from your local area, how do they respond to that? Like, do they share it? I mean, do they do those kind of things? Do you notice that kind of stuff if they don't? Because it's like, this is some work to do, to make the video and edit it and post it and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. Majority of the bands around here, they'll share it. They'll share it. They'll be like, hey, check out Hardcore Keem. And like, if I go out to a show, they'll be like, oh, hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for doing the video. Yeah, they definitely appreciate it here. So it's and even if a band doesn't like share it, I'm like, that's all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I still gave you that recognition. If y'all don't give it back, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm just so mellow. It's just like, all right.
So who are some like did other reaction channels also make you want to do it? Like, did you watch any reaction channels before your own, or do you watch any now, or?
Oh yeah. So I think before I started, I think I was watching Weeaboo Reacts. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to him. And then definitely FYM Reacts, but I know he's taking a little hiatus right now. Kevin, shout out Kevin, I see you, baby.
Kevin's the man. He's the man.
He is the man. He was really cool because once I started doing the reactions, he was the first reaction channel that reached out to me that I was like, oh, all right, this is a little brotherhood thing, and he definitely, we had some good conversation, and he definitely gave me some good advice. But I think who was I forgot what's his name.
Truant.
Truant.
Yeah.
Truant. He just fell off the face of the earth.
I know. I want to like launch, like if I had like some extra money lying around, like I want to launch a full scale investigation to where the hell that guy went, because I loved that dude. Like,
man,
he was awesome, but I miss that dude.
Fell off the face
gone.
of the earth, like.
Just gone. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, I remember I'm still subscribed to him now, and it was just like I just stopped seeing him in like the subscription tab, and I'm like, where the hell did he go? And like it's just been like years now. He's like nowhere. There's like zero trace.
Man, but I have a feeling he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back, probably not in like the reaction way, but come back in some sort of sense.
Yeah, he's gonna do like a I'm trying to think of a band that's been gone for a little while, like a Color Morale or something like that. It's gonna like reemerge after like 5 years, just out of nowhere, or something like that.
It'd be like, we're back.
But so I know that you had said that obviously you do a lot of local level bands and whatnot. But like, what is your process for picking bands? Because like I know for us, we kind of pay attention to what's kind of coming out, or if like somebody in the comments has been like relentless for 6 months straight, like I'll be like, all right, I'll finally give in to this guy here. But like, what's your process for picking bands?
So like that what you said, if somebody's in the comments for 6 months straight, I'd be like, you know what, yo, you must be spamming this, like it better be good. And then that's what's so funny, because I'll sometimes put the comment up, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, "You've been spamming us." I'm like, "If this is not good, you're blocked," or something like that. Or if people, if I get like DMs or stuff like that, they'd be like, "Hey, check my band out," and stuff like that. I'll give it like 30 seconds, and if it
Mm,
like slaps, I'll be like, "Well, first thing I asked, I was like, does it break down?" And if they like,
yeah.
no, I'm like,
Do you know this
but I'll still
channel?
give it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm like, give it like 30 seconds, and if like I'm rocking with, I'm like, hey, I'm putting it on the channel.
But how often do you get hit up? Because I always like asking like I asked Galactic Criminal this, Metal Burb, because I had both of them on the podcast too, and they
Hmm.
say they get hit up like multiple times a day. So are you in that kind of territory?
It's okay, so it's constantly between. Listen, look, I love all y'all. Listen, I do love all y'all, but it's a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
From Facebook, on the Hardcore King Facebook, my personal page, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and email. Like,
Oh my goodness, they'll get you wherever. You can make like a My
oh
Yearbook account. They'll
man.
get you there.
So one time at the I'm surprised they haven't, messaged my wife. Like, you do that, you getting blocked. I can't. You message my wife to try to get me to a record song, you get blocked. I can't.
Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious, but also kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it really would. It really, really would. But yeah, I get hit up a lot. But that
Comes with the
comes with the
territory.
following.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the territory. I mean, it's definitely fine. I get to what I can. I try to answer everything, but I'm only one person.
Yeah, because well, yeah, Alti Carnage in the Twitch chat here says bands be hitting up his LinkedIn profile, but imagine, hello, Mr. Bivens, I'm in a band, and, but
Listen, if somebody would hit up a link profile, I would do it because that's so opposite of what band. Like, if a band has a LinkedIn,
that's pretty
that's
baller.
crazy.
That's pretty baller
That's
right there.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why whenever we're about to release something new, I try to hit up the reactors like weeks in advance. Like I try. That's why I remember for our last song for you, I was like, "Hey, this song comes out like a month. Like here you go."
Yeah, yeah,
Just because I totally understand like the balance between like doing what you want to do, but also helping out other bands. It's a balance.
absolutely.
So all in all, I mean, like I said, like you said before, you do a lot of underground bands. Like, would you say that makes up what percentage of your channel is probably like the underground bands? If I had to guess from like the outside looking in, like it's gotta be like at least like 80%. Like it's a lot. Like there's a lot of bands on there that I've never even heard of. There's some that like look familiar, but yeah, what would you say?
I would say 95% of my
Oh
channel
damn,
is underground bands. Yeah, but
damn.
that's what I love because I'm not in it for what these young kids say. Even though I'm like 25, what these young kids say, I'm not in it for the clout. Because I can easily go on YouTube and be like, black man listens to Metallica for the first time or something like that. I mean, that's so easy, but that's not what I want to do.
And that's interesting because I think that is definitely a thing that, like, if people are scrolling through like a Slaughter to Prevail, Demolisher reaction, and I mean if they see I'm telling you, like if they see anybody but somebody who looks like me reacting to it, they're like, oh my god, this is like a
Yeah.
unicorn. I got to see this right now.
Yeah, I do definitely get that. I got numb to it by now. They'd be like, "Oh, a black guy listen to metal," and I'm like, "Yeah, we're out here." Like, I know. I mean, I know we're far as people team, but we are out here.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting because, like I said, we talked to Metal Bird before, and Metal Babe is not only black, but she's a girl too. So, like, because that's obviously like a realm that I've never really. Obviously, I'm neither one of those things, a girl
Mhm.
or a black person. But like, have you experienced anything like that? Like in the comments, like because your channel's mostly positive from what I can tell. But
Yeah.
are there a few people that kind of creep in that are like, very
Racist? Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, first, shout out to Metal Burb. Their
Yeah.
channel is great. I
Yeah.
mean, they're their chemistry together is so it's funny. It's
Yeah,
not like in a bad way, but it's like great.
I
It's
love
it's
it.
like you can watch them for hours.
I love
Shout
it.
out Metalwork. But absolutely, like they'll be like, "Whoa, a black guy? You're not supposed to be listening to this." I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't know this is a territory or something.
Yeah.
Or if they don't like the music, or they don't like how I perceive the song, sometimes they'll throw out that N word, and I'm like, come on, man.
And I
But I
guarantee,
just
and I was sorry to interrupt you. I was gonna say, and I
mm,
guarantee that it's an account that doesn't have like a name on it. It's just like whatever.
yeah, it's usually an account that doesn't have like no type of followers or anything like that. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. It bums me out that that's out there because like I mean the most that we get we get so obviously it's a reaction channel, so you're reacting to what you're hearing, and it's like if we don't,
Yeah.
like you said, if we don't like respond in the way that the viewer wants, they're like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be a reaction, you guys are just sitting or like we're a metal band, and like I often comment about long songs. Like, I don't know about you, man, but like long songs kill me. Like I don't know, I just don't got the attention span for it. But
If it's over 5 minutes, man, they're expecting you to like 6 minute long songs.
oh my god, man! When I remember I was looking the other day and I saw Metal Burb did a reaction to Between the Buried and Me, and I'm like, bro, 28-minute long video. I was like, man, you're a braver, stronger man than I'll ever be.
Oh, wait, was it one song or was it like an album?
It was one song. The song itself was like 16 minutes.
Okay, I can see if it's like an album because there's like many different songs, and
Right.
if the album is good, yo, I can stay. But if it's one song for 16 minutes, I can't do that.
I can't.
That-
Yo, if this turns into like an episode of Dexter or something like that, like I can't be sitting there listening to the song. But like you said, if it's an album, like we did an album reaction to the new Amur record, and I love Amur. Like they're like
Yeah.
my band, so that I can get down with. But like Periphery or like Between the like those longer songs, I'm like, man, like I just don't have like that musicianship to like sit there with like
Yeah.
a monocle in the corner with a fireplace going behind me. Oh, I'm enjoying this exquisite musicianship. It's just like some crazy stuff. But so the one thing that I've also liked really a lot about being a reaction channel, and I'll ask you about this, especially for us being in a band and like a small band, is the interaction with bands or artists from those bands. So what was like your first interaction with a band through doing reactions, and what is one of your favorites?
Shoot, that's a great question. Interactions between okay. So I would say it was they're like I don't know how to say their name, but it was wow. It was like back when I first started doing reactions, and it was actually the first time I started posting on social media of like clips of my reactions, and they reached out to me, and they're like super, no, it's just super chill guys, and I'm like, you guys have this heaviness, and you guys are this chill, and it was just a great experience. But now my favorite of all the favorites, it will have to be my favorite band right now.
Okay.
Everybody knows this, Soul Keeper.
Yeah.
They actually came down to Florida to play a show, and they was excited to see me, and I was like, wait a minute, like, huh?
The guest
Like,
of
I'm excited
honor.
to see you, yeah. Like, and just talking to them, and even being on stage with them for the whole set. It was just a magical experience, man. It was
That's awesome.
it was definitely one to remember.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because our guitar player Adam, who I'm sure that you've seen in our other reaction videos and whatnot,
Yeah.
his favorite band like of all time, like on the Tombstone level band, is like August Burns Red, and obviously you know what happened with us and Jake Lures. So that was
Yes.
like that was like a like a wow moment for him. So it's
That
go ahead.
so that popped up because like I saw that like popped up on my suggestion. I was like, Jake reacted to bands? Like what? And then I saw you guys, and I was like, is this Inception? Like what? I was like, that's
Yeah.
like awesome. It
Yeah,
was
that was awesome. So we just reacted to Defender by August Burns Red, and he's like, yeah, let me return the favor. And then he's like, you know what, I kind of like this, and he asked us for help to get him started with his like doing like reaction videos and stuff like that. But he was a super nice guy, and so yeah, it was that and Ronnie Radke. Like I know he like did like a live Twitch reaction to our track Paradigm, which you did a
mm,
reaction to as well. So that
love
was
that song.
yeah, that was really cool. But no, I noticed that you're doing the Twitch with you're going on with Kyle from Brand of Sacrifice. So that's gonna be pretty
Yep.
cool. Yeah, cause
Yeah, this Thursday.
yeah, I know he did that with Andrew Boehner recently. So that'll be really cool to get on there with him. But
Mm.
so strictly from the channel, like not like outside of it or anything like that, what are some favorite bands or songs that you've discovered just from like, all right, I'm gonna react to this, and you're like, whoa.
That's a lot. Wow. There's let me try to choose one from a recent one. Probably like one that like wow to me. It was like recently. It was Waste. I did a reaction to PS. Man, it was just I don't know if you know Spite, right?
Oh yeah,
And you know Traders.
yeah.
So the vocalist is Darius and Tyler Shelton in one. It like
Oh damn.
yeah, it was like so like it was unbelievable to comprehend like how his voice like just changes from one style to another, and it fits so perfectly with the music.
Yeah, no, because because that's mainly what I noticed first in songs is vocals, and I'm sure that you probably do too, having done
Hmm.
vocals in the past. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
two bands for me that come to mind. One is Envisions, which I'm not sure if you're
Hmm.
familiar with Envisions. That guy can
Yes,
just do it all. But then,
he really can.
yeah, he's like we did a reaction to Gold Blooded with Metal Bird, which actually went up today, and I was just like
Mm.
blown away by that track. But also To the Grave, that guy, I was like, whoa, what is this? Yeah, man, no, it's really cool. It's always cool to like discover new bands in general, but like, especially doing it through a reaction channel and it's like documented. Like you got like a video for like your first experience with it is really cool. Um,
Yeah.
but so yeah, speaking of Florida, because I know that you said that obviously Soulkeeper went down to Florida. What is up with Florida? Kind of getting stiffed on a lot of tours, like they do. What do you know why? Is it just because like it's one of those states that like is hard to get? Like I really don't get the geographic reasoning as to why. But any insight from being down in Florida?
It's it's I would say it's probably the venues because like major bands
Mm,
that come down the venues that we have. I know we have Orpheum, which is pretty big,
mm.
but if you have a whole stacked package, you really can't like it's probably the promoters too. I can't even lie.
That's interesting. Yeah, because there's no like House of Blues or anything down there or anything like that.
So yeah, we have House of Blues, but it's hard to get into like House of Blues unless you're like huge.
Yeah, because
But
yeah. Go ahead.
most bands, they'll go. They like to skip over Florida.
Yeah, I've always noticed that. I'm like, man, because like a lot of good bands come out of Florida. Like just off the top of my head,
Mhm.
like A Day to Remember, Wage War, bands
Yeah,
like that. A lot of bands like that come out of Florida, and that's what I was interested in. I don't know if it was like maybe it is a promoter relationship thing or could be the
yeah.
venues, because I know
Hmm.
like Florida, there's like probably like off the top of my head like four different areas you could go to that are like like Tampa,
Hmm.
like the Jacksonville area,
Jacksonville.
Miami. There's like a lot of different areas down there that you could go to. So that's
Yeah,
real.
it's just it is what it is, man. Oh, actually, Wage War. Funny story. We played with the Wage War a couple of times, like in
Oh no
2013.
way!
Man, they was always good. They was always good. Like I can't stress that enough. They're super nice.
They were, what were they called before Wage War? Like,
Oh, they was called
was it Struck? No,
those I know exactly what it is. Oh man.
I'm gonna look it up right now, live on the air. Empires.
Yes. Yes, Empires.
Yes.
Man,
Interesting.
it was always super duper good, man.
Really? Yeah, because I know that they're.
Yeah.
I think they're even younger. Because I'm 27. You said you're 25. I think they're even younger than that.
Mm,
I know that they're young guys, but
yeah.
that's crazy. So you played with them back in 2013.
Yeah, we played that. I'm at an old rundown, what is it, bombshells, and then a couple times in Oviedo.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me wonder like what bands I'm playing alongside right now that'll be, that kind of caliber. Because I know that you reacted to Katahdin, who's from my area, and they've always been they're young, they're young kids, but they're really nice, and they were actually called a different name prior called Hollowell. Now they're Katahdin, and like when I heard that their song that you reacted to, Separation, when I heard that,
Separation.
I was like, whoa! It's like I mean, with all respect, it's like way better than their other stuff under their former name.
Uh,
So that was really cool to see you react to them because, like, again, just goes back to you wanting to do like the underground, local level kind of bands, and it was cool to see a fellow local get reacted to.
Man, I'll say this. I'll say this every single time. There is just, I feel now, man, these local bands are working harder than these bigger bands. Like it's crazy. I can find about 5 to 10 better local bands than like a really high band, and it's just that's just how I see it.
Yeah, and why
It's
why do you
crazy.
think why do you think that is? Like from the outside looking in, why do you think that is?
Because like I feel like some of these like mainstream bands, yeah, their stuff is changing, but I feel like they're just now at this point they got to the point where now they're just coasting. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Yeah, kind of like complacent a little bit.
yeah, like just all right, we definitely grinded to where we're at now. Now we could just chill. And it's like, no, man, you
You gotta keep
always gotta
going.
get it going. Yeah,
Yeah,
like August Burns Red, they grind every single album, no matter what.
yeah,
Every
yeah,
single album.
yeah. They're like, I mean, just like everything that I've watched about them, just like workhorses, like exactly. I mean, like literally from a barn to where they are now. It's just
Yeah.
it's crazy. But no, I definitely I think the way that the internet is, like you alluded to earlier, the way the internet is now, and like there's so many different facets of the internet to learn about to promote your band, that I think that you kind of have to, like, especially if you're a lower like level band in terms of notoriety and popularity, you have to really learn about that kind of stuff. Whereas I think like the bigger bands, like they're not sitting there watching videos about how to target the right audiences on Facebook and stuff like that. Like they're just not. They got people for that and whatnot. And
That's what it is, man. It's like it's if you're really serious about your band, you got to pour some money into it, and not even money, because I like to like dig deep, especially doing this whole thing. You have what five major websites.
yeah,
You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, TikTok, and you have Reddit. That's
yeah,
like I don't know if you know Lil Nas X, right?
yeah,
So when he came out with old was it Old Town Road?
yeah.
So it was out for a little bit, but how he got it spinning is he made memes of the song.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it's like little stuff like that. Like he grinded and made so many memes about the song. Then that's when one person catches on, two people catch on, and then that's how everybody caught on to that song. And now look at him now. So it's like if these bands like really want to, like, that's why I said the internet is so powerful. Like do something with your band. Like even if you're making like a meme out of it or stuff like that, you just got to keep on grinding, man. Do this because it's not hard to get that notoriety. You just got to put definitely put the work in.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, like it's. I mean, so first though, like it's like the meme thing. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime, but there was I saw an ad like on Twitter or something like that where Bud Light was looking for a chief meme officer. I swear to God, it was a job. Like they're literally hiring somebody specifically to make memes associated with Bud Light, and
Yeah.
that's just the way it is now. It's crazy, but no, it definitely comes down to like, providing content, and that's like the one thing like that I noticed quickly, like never being in a band before and coming into it later, is that like, listen, man, like you may be a sick guitar player, you may be able to play weird time signatures as a drummer, but honestly, like, it's almost in a way, and I hate to say it, but like the music is almost kind of secondary at this point in terms of like, you got to like market yourself and like a brand, and then the music comes after that. So that's why, we started the reaction channel. We do Twitch stuff. I mean, this podcast. It's just like trying to figure out different ways to kind of even just build relationships, or just like, I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you, like a year ago, that just, there was no way to do that. There just wasn't. So it's really cool, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because that was actually one of my questions for you, is marketing that you wish bands would do. And I think that's a great way to answer it. Because I know that, going back to Twitch, I know that you started on Twitch. So what do you usually do over on Twitch? Do you do gaming, or do you do like live reaction requests, or what do you do over there?
Yeah, so for a little bit, it's going to be just live reaction requests, because since I get so many requests, I'll be like, hey, if you ever wanted your song listened to, come on over to Twitch. Just get them to throw their song down, and I give them a live reaction to it. But I will add gaming into it, because streaming for 2-3 hours just on reactions, that gets tiring.
I know that we're on Twitch right now, but I'll whisper. Maybe they won't hear me. I do it every Saturday. I do live reaction requests.
Saturday?
And they get me on here for like 5 hours. Like, I swear to God, I'm like, guys, like, I'm trying to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? I might need to get myself a karate bob in the background there. I'm like, damn, man. Like, it's like, when I first started doing it, I'm like, okay, like, nobody's really going to be like that into this. And then I'm like, okay, it is like,
Man.
like, it's crazy, like, what you don't think will, like, quote unquote sell, like, does. And I'm very happy, and I'm very fortunate for it, because it's like, I think it's awesome, but it was like super like, whoa, like, this is, people are way more into this than I thought they would be. But
yeah, man, it really, because shoot, they send one song, they send about 5 more after that, man.
yeah,
It really is all how you separate yourself from the rest.
yeah, no, it definitely is. Because I was going to ask you this too, because I noticed some other reaction people, they're kind of, trying to rebrand in a way to be beyond besides just reactors. So, and I noticed that you started to do a couple of different videos here and there. Like, I know that you did one on Omegle, and did that. So, like, what is, like, is that what you're trying to do? Kind of like become, instead of just Hardcore Keem the Reactor, you're just trying to become like, this is Hardcore Keem, the brand, like, besides being just known as a reactor.
Yeah. So I definitely did that. I actually wanted to do that since the beginning. That's why I never put Hardcore Keem Reacts. I just put Hardcore Keem, because it's just going to be a brand, and basically I could do whatever I want with it. It will still be in that kind of realm.
Yeah.
Like I have whenever this whole COVID thing's out of the way, like interviews. I want to do kind of like a carpool karaoke, the James Corden thing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I want to do something, something like that, but with metal vocalists. I think that'll be, just sweet. And I do the Omegle thing, where I ask people, what's their favorite band and stuff like that. Just like make it funny, but keep it kind of in that same area. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's just just trying to branch out.
Yeah, because I mean, even I noticed this a little bit. Like, I did obviously got on Twitch, and I I play World of Warcraft, like that's like my game.
Mhm.
I kind of noticed, I'm like, I don't think people really care about this. Yeah.
Listen, I know. Listen, actually, you can play your World of Warcraft because once you have that following, they don't. Like you said, the content will come secondary. They come for the personality.
Yeah, right.
So listen, I can shoot. I can start doing vlogs, and people be like, "All right, he's doing a vlog." You know, it's like they come for the person, and then the content's secondary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah. You
you
do
really can branch out.
hardcore Keem bakes. You know, you could just do some cooking or something like that.
I do have some cooking coming up as well. But the ideas for that is
The one thing, yeah, that I cannot wait for. But the one thing I will say is the carpool karaoke. The one problem you might run into with that, with metal vocalists, is they might live in apartments like myself, and it might be difficult. It might be difficult for them to start screaming in an apartment because the cops be called or something like that.
oh, that's something to think of.
Have them go up to the car. But I'll ask you this, and then there's some questions here in the Twitch chat, and then I'll get you out of here, man. So what are some bands, whether they're underground or just whatever, that, like, not only do we need to check out, but, like, that we need to have, like, on our reaction channel? Like, you're like, all right, yo, TrueShot, you guys have got to react to X, Y, or Z.
Okay, number one, Soul Keeper, my favorite band in the whole wide world.
Okay.
Soul Keeper. Number two is that Waste band. That
Oh, yeah.
Waste. Number three, As Lions and Lambs.
Oh, dude, I checked out that one song. What was it called?
No Return.
Yes. Oh, that was one of my live reactions on Saturday, and I'm like, I gotta show Adam this. Adam will not like it, but I just gotta show him. Like,
Man,
Adam's a very melodic kind of guy, but like that, I heard that, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
like that one break in the middle, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
definitely. I mean, it's just, oh man, they're so good.
Yeah.
They're just so good. What else? And Lost in Separation. That's a good band. That's a little Adam will like that. They're melodic, but they still got the breakdowns, but they're melodic.
That sounds wicked familiar. I don't know if I've seen that like in the comments or something, but that band sounds really familiar. But the other way that I wanted to bring up too, because I don't think you had brought it up yet. I know that you have a Patreon too, where bands could also go to if they want to get on the channel too. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's where they could basically skip the line. It's you got to skip the line at this point. It's because I'm like backed up.
Yeah. Because
it's
dude, I don't blame you at all, because I know that there's some reactors who are like kind of like, you know, like, I don't want to do like the quote paid reaction thing, but it's like the way that I look at it, especially for your channel, bro, like you got over 20,000 subscribers, and I think you charge like $10. It's like, yo, like, okay, like help the dude out, support him, like, you know, like, I mean, he's broken a chair for you people, like just help him out, you know. Just give it. I do it every time. I don't have no shame, no problem saying it. Like I want to support you because, like I said, you have a channel that I've been watching for a long time, and seriously, and I'm not even just blowing smoke. Like I'm like yo, like I actually have literally said this while we've been writing music one time. I'm like, yo, we gotta write a song that is hardcore Keem breaks the chair worthy. Like we gotta have a song like that, like just of that kind of like heaviness, that magnitude. But
hey man, I'm ready for it, man. Whenever y'all ready, hey man, I'm saying, yo, you got the voice. So I mean, y'all got it.
yeah, no, it's this next song, which I'll be hitting you up to react to as well. It's don't worry, it's 3 minutes long, because like our last track was like 3:50, and I'm like, yo guys, we're getting close. You know, we gotta. Yeah, somebody in the comments here, Z Bloomer says that money pays for Bobby's health care. That's right. But no, man, I'm stoked for you to check out the next one. But yeah, let me look at some of these questions here, and then I'll get you out of here, my man. Okay, the guy in here in the chat, I'm Ito. That's his name. That's a sick name. He says, "What is one band that you've seen? What is one band that you haven't seen live that you would really want to? Assuming shows come back in the next lifetime."
Gotcha. Right. Man, I would love to see Slaughter to Prevail. Man, I'm just trying to die in the pit, to be honest, by it with because man, they're just so heavy, and I've seen live clips of their shows, and people just go nuts, and
Yeah.
I want to experience it.
Yeah. Galso here, he says, now I know, you won't know who this is, this guy, Dan, but he says, now I know Dan really wanted Keem to react to one of the songs. Did he ever get a chance to check them out? So Dan is the guitar player for a band called If I Were You. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. He's,
If I Were You? Bro,
Yeah.
they a throwback.
Yeah, they've been around for a while, but Dan, he's a good friend of ours. Like he's been on my streams a few times, and if you have, I don't know if you've ever reacted to them, but bro,
No, I haven't reacted to them, but I used to rock their olds. I didn't even know they were still around.
Yeah,
their old
man.
stuff was slapping.
Bro,
like
I'm
they have
telling you.
breakdowns.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like if I had to give you a song to react to by them, I would say it's "Hate Me" by them. It's got Ryan Kirby on the track. Like you got to do a reaction to that. I know that'll make their day.
And it's 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Exactly.
I got you.
No, bro, listen, if you ever get a request, if you ever get like you got to react to this, the song will never eclipse like 4 minutes. Never.
I got you.
Never. But Alti Carnage says, Rich, I think a good question for Keem personally is to ask for advice on how to build up your Twitch stream or to gain a larger Twitch following.
Oh, got you. All right. So how I do that is, so Twitch itself is also saturated, right? And when you go live, you do like your little category. You do a couple hashtags. So what I do is I grow everywhere else, and I bring people to Twitch. That's how that's how I grow my YouTube is with my social media. Like I did my clips on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and then you have the following on all these platforms, and then that's when you promote your Twitch. You'd be like, hey, I'm going to be live on Twitch. Come check out the stream, and then that's what get people to, stay for the stream, watch it. You get, have a follow and everything. It's all about growing every social media platform, and then let's say a new platform comes out, and you just move everybody over there. You know what I'm saying? So you promote.
Yep. No,
it's all about promotion, man.
That's a great idea. Dude, I gotta get some glasses. Ever T Nip, he says, favorite band growing up.
I got a couple. Oh, and another thing about growing, Twitch and everything. When you're promoting, use hashtags. I know people don't like using hashtags. Man, if y'all don't use hashtags, you ain't getting reach, because people look up, specific hashtags. It depends on what the content you're posting, but hashtags. Always the limit for hashtags too.
Absolutely.
So if it's 30 hashtags, you better put 30 hashtags, my man.
Yeah, and like to piggyback off that, the thing that I learned actually from Finn McKenty from the Punk Rock MBA, he showed like there's a site called Flick where you go over there and you put in like a hashtag and it shows you low, medium competition hashtags, and that's another great thing. But also, before I get you out of here, Kevin from FYM is in the chat, and he says, TrueShot, Keem in the house. F yeah, Keem's been killing it since day one. Big love, guys. Nah, man, you missed it. Keem was hyping you up. You missed it.
Kevin! I was talking about how you're the first person to talk to me with the reaction channel. Man, I miss you, Kevin, man. But I see you doing your rollerblading thing, my man. It could be me. I'll break a leg real quickly, but listen, I'm going to watch from afar. You do your thing.
Yeah, he says, oh, man, I only just jumped on. Yeah, man, you missed it. But, yeah, man, no, like I said, I really appreciate you doing this. And, yeah, man, like, whenever you start doing interviews, whatnot, if you want to have your boys on, just hit us up.
Oh, for sure,
We'll be glad to hop on.
I gotcha. Or y'all going to be on a game show. If I do a game show, y'all be on there?
Oh, yeah, a game show? What kind of games are we playing?
Shoot, I have I want to do like a kind of probably like a It's kind of like a Kahoot style. You know what Kahoot is?
I know it, but I've never played. I'll have to
Kind of
play.
like a
I'll have to
Kahoot
play.
style. I'll put like a band against each other. It's I just think that would just be the most fun thing to do ever.
Oh,
So
that's
it'll be kind of like that. But if you guys be on there, that would be awesome. Oh,
yo.
somebody else asked the question, what bands I grew up with.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Devil Wears Prada, For Today, Impending Doom, Chelsea Grin. That was like
Oh wow.
that was my
That was it.
man.
Your Mount Rushmore there.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely my Mount Rushmore.
yeah. But all right, man. Yeah. Anything you want to say? Any words of wisdom before you want to head out, or just plug away? Or yeah, the floor is yours, my man.
I'm not gonna plug. I don't like plugging myself. But listen, words of wisdom. Listen, if you want to do something, do it. You got one life to live. If you have a dream, you have a hobby, you want to make it your full-time job, just do it. Like, what's stopping you? No one's stopping you but yourself.
Yeah.
And keep grinding.
I love it. Hardcore Keem, my man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome, my man. All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Before you head out of here, just wanted to say thank you so much for listening to the podcast today with Hardcore Keem. And it would really mean a lot to us if you could head on over to, if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, head on over, leave us a review. Or if you guys are interested in supporting us in any other way, the best way you can do that is over on our Patreon. That's patreon.com/TrueShotOfficial. We're also on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrueShotOfficial. And we're also on social media at TrueShotBand. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.